Hello everyone, this is Keetna here. I am from Avaz and today I'll be presenting specifically on how can you design for that single moment of connection with your AAC user and what's Avaz doing about it. So we all know that for some people connection looks like this, right? So you have this really chatty child talking to their parent, the mother is really into this conversation and responding. But for some, connection can really look different. Um, it might be that this child is calling out the dad for farting, and that becomes that shared moment of joy between the child and the father. And that is what we want everyone to be. That is where we want everyone to be when they're using AAC. And so what does this connection really look like, right? So you have unexpected humor that makes you realize that there's accentuated expression, there's that new word you never knew that your child could use, or just have a system so damn easy that, I can use this. And these are everything that would factor in to actually engage with your AAC. So Avaz helps you build connection in several ways. And today I would like to show you around how AAC can be really made fun and how can we engineer that single moment where you feel like, yeah, this is what I want to share with my AAC user or child or student. And yeah, I'm excited about it.
Oh, did you test this?
Yes.
You did, and it worked?
It will. Yeah. So this is Avaz on your screen. This is how our home screen looks like. And like you can see, Avaz offers a robust vocabulary because we know how key it is for you to have all the language that you need to. We don't gatekeep vocabulary, but we also want to offer the entire potential of learning language for the child, and that is what is key for us. And it's not only about using language to communicate, it's also about how authentically can you communicate this, right? So even if I want to say, can you stop that? And the moment I say this angrily, the meaning completely changes, whilst the same sentence in another situation can be a hushed whisper to your friend, and the meaning completely changes, right? So we know how it matters for you to be able to say something really differently. It's the same words, but it just doesn't mean the same thing. And we want to give this autonomy to our users to have that authentic expression when they're communicating. And this is what the Tones has brought in to our AC users. It adds that intonation layer on the go. It does not need you to program something, anything, and you just can use your words and change the way it can sound. Even if I show you that on the keyboard, And if I use a sarcastic tone, you can actually feel that eye roll. So it gives all users, all age groups, give the whole variety of expression. Teenagers love the feature because they want to be really sassy to the parents, respond in a specific way, and it adds that layer. Talking about just authentic expression, we also want to show you how our feelings page is and the range of emotions we want them to be able to express. So we don't want to really stop with saying words like hungry or thirsty, but now they have a chance to even express words like famished or dehydrated. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so we want to be able to give them the whole variety of the type of words they find on this system. So it's not only hungry or thirsty that you can see, we also want to give words like famished or dehydrated, or even the whole range of hard to explain feelings like feeling FOMO or vulnerable, or even just feeling inadequate or just zoned out or even meh. And it just adds that whole layer of this is what I want to really communicate. It's not usually just I'm mad or I'm sad or I'm happy. We want to take it one notch up and give them that whole variety. Like you can see that you also have words to make. So I can easily just combine this and say,
extremely,
sorry.
so, mad,
so mad.
And I don't want them moving around pages to be able to add that expression. So the entire vocabulary gives you those nuances. I can even say, I don't really know how I'm feeling, and
don't know what I
that's
am
how the vocabulary
feeling.
has been put up for you. You have phrases, you have words, everything in that exact right place for you to be able to express better. So the other thing is that, yes, I can express that I'm really mad, but what can I do to support you, right? So having that vocabulary to help someone regulate, you can see that in the self-regulation folder right here, there's strategies that the parent can use or the user themselves can actually help get through the emotion much better. So the page has also been broken up in a specific manner, so I can state why I'm feeling a certain way or be able to identify that, and then I can advocate for myself and ask for what I might want. So I may, or maybe I should listen to calm music, do a happy dance, and so on and so forth. And at the same time, I can even advocate for what I want my partner to do. So be it your teacher or your parent, what would I really like you to do for me when I'm feeling a certain way? So do I want to clap? Do I want you to clap for me, or just tell me I'm okay, or just let me feel my feelings? So that entire range is available, gives users an opportunity to not only just identify that emotion, but work through it with their partner. And it really helps the partner feel much more empowered to have this conversation with the child right here with no navigation and least effort. And it's not only about access to these words, how easily is this accessible, right? So the idea is that you can see here that you're able to link the folder instead of copy these strategies for every emotion, which really screws up the motor plan, and we know motor plan is a big thing. So the linked folder actually helps you link the specific page set that you want accessible, but at the same time retaining that motor plan. So you can see, if I go into the angry folder here, again, we know a lot of autistic students might struggle identifying what anger feels like. So you have vocabulary to even help them understand what that looks. So you say, my body feels tight, I clench my fist, I really want to fight or flight. So these sort of nuances actually help them feel much more in control of what they're feeling, and motivates them to just communicate more, right? Express what, I can relate to this vocabulary. And So when I am here, and you can see that you have a whole range of words, and when I go to the self-regulation over here, my page looks completely different, and it gives me the ability to keep only the strategies that I want to work or offer to the student when they're feeling angry. So here you're seeing that I'll breathe in and breathe out, I want to be alone, or give me some time, or keep a calm face. Whilst when I go to another emotion, like sad, my regulation strategies look completely different. So here I'm saying I want to ask for a hug or talk to a friend and just tell me I am okay and things like that. So it's the exact same linked page set so that the motor plan is not there, but then it brings that layer of relevance to what you're trying to convey with your partner. So it reduces the cognitive load of scanning through 100 images or 100 words and make that targeted communication much more easier. So your student is able to exactly relate that when I'm feeling this way, these are the strategies that work for me. Whilst if I am feeling another emotion, it just makes sense that the strategies would be completely different. So the flexibility to use the same linked folder and have different views to it just makes it way more easier for the communication partner as well as the student to perform better or use the system more easily for their expressions. Okay. So, and like you can see, it's we advocate for our users vehemently, and that's the reason it's not only about giving access to vocabulary for emotions, having intonations, but it's also about bringing in their interest into the system. So you can see that we have dedicated spaces where they can actually pre-program their special interest, because that's something that gets them really engaged with their system, and have gestures that, we know how scripts are really important to them, where they can program their own scripts, and everything is accessible at this bottom panel, which we call as the frozen row. And the good thing about the frozen row is that it stays with you wherever you are. So you don't really have to choose when you are trying to target a specific core word for your student. It will stay wherever the student is actually interested in. So for example, if your student really loves a fringe topic like the transport, which is where their interest lies, they like playing around with listening to the police car, or just one second, listening to the police car, or even if it's just talk about
Space
a
shuttle.
spaceship. But at the same time, can I use this opportunity to introduce core words in a way that it suits them? So they're still talking about transport, but I can say, go to actions, and I say, okay, let's just go. And I can take that spaceship and make it go all across the room with just one tap. So I'm right here, and the child can still go back to the fringe and do what they want to explore. So we want to really meet them where they are, instead of tapping 3 different locations for me to be able to introduce a word like go, or even just describe a specific transport as really slow or really fast, or something that is just awesome. Right? So it gives that opportunity for you to maximize on a topic, but still keep that conversation so focused on core words that you want to actually model. So it's like a win-win for both. It's not only the students, but also the communication partners, who will find it so way more easy, that they don't have to keep navigating in and out, and they can actually capture that interest and model more. And it's not only that. So for example, I can now go to my gestures and say,
let's blast off to
outer space, and that just makes a whole lot of difference, right? And there are other visual supports that we offer inside the app. So for example, here you can see that you can actually program a GIF from within the app, which is way more cooler, very engaging for users, and especially emergent communicators, and even access to even access to YouTube within the app. So I can program any specific video to play on my icon and even easily customize a specific part that is most relevant. I'm so sorry, this connection has been a little weak.
Missing from my life.
Yeah, so that's how YouTube works. So you play an icon and the video plays for you in pop-up, and that's been great for many of our users to feel really engaged, motivated, and that brings in a lot of buy-in, even for partners that, okay, I want to commit to this system and try this with my child quite a lot. So gestures, these are some of the gestures that my daughter uses, but we usually want the partner to be able to program some of this. And just like I was saying, the system needs to be so easy for you to program that you don't want to use, you don't want to lose the effort that goes into everyday life. I just want to show you how simple it is for you to add. Even if I want to add a web image, I can just from within the app add it. I can search for a web image. I can search for a GIF and customize that. That's how simple it is for me to do. Or even if I have to program a YouTube video, I can easily search for a YouTube video right here and snip a specific section that I would want to play whenever this video is played. So I can say set start and
open, shut, then open.
And set end, and that's how simple it is for me to program a video, and that's how YouTube works. So basically, these are features that we have cautiously integrated into the app to make it really engaging and help students feel more connected to their device itself, more connected to the AAC, and motivate them for more better communication and create more opportunities for them to do so. There's a lot more that we have, but this is a short demo. I would love to stay around to show anything, or if you have any questions for me to answer. And please drop down to our booth 608. We are Avaz again, and we have some surprising cool things that you would actually enjoy. So we have both, everything that a Gen Z kid might want to communicate and what's the language they have to offer. We have all of that at our booth. Please drop by, and yeah, thank you so much.